What if the biggest difference between those who succeed early in life and those who struggle for years is not talent, luck, or intelligence? What if the real secret is something far simpler, something every young person has exactly the same amount of every single day: time. Every day you wake up with 24 hours, the same 24 hours that built empires, launched companies, and transformed ordinary people into extraordinary leaders. Yet most young people unknowingly waste the most valuable asset they will ever own. While some scroll endlessly, delay their dreams, and say, "I'll start tomorrow," others quietly build skills, discipline, and a future that most people can only dream about. Legendary success mentor Jim Rohn once said, "Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time." So the question becomes, are you investing your time or spending it? In this video, you'll discover 5 powerful lessons about time management that can completely change the direction of your life while you're still young. If you learn these principles early, you will gain a massive advantage over the majority of people. So stay with me until the end, because the final lesson might completely change how you see your future. Lesson 1. Treat time like your greatest asset. The most profound realization a young person can have is that time is the only truly non-renewable resource in existence. While you can always earn more money, find new friends, or regain your health through effort, you can never, under any circumstances, manufacture more time. Most people live under the illusion of someday, a mythical land where they assume their future self will be more motivated, more capable, and more energized than their current self. This creates a casual attitude toward the passing hours, leading to a life lived in a state of constant postponement. High achievers, however, view time as a form of currency that must be invested rather than spent. When you spend time, it is gone forever. When you invest time, it pays dividends for years to come. Think of your life as a vessel with a slow, invisible leak. You don't know how much liquid is in the vessel, but you know for certain that it is decreasing every single second. This isn't meant to be morbid, but rather to instill a sense of urgent patience. To guard your time is to respect your own existence. If someone walked into your house and stole your laptop or your wallet, you would be outraged and likely call the police. Yet we allow digital distractions, toxic relationships, and aimless activities to steal hours of our lives every single day without a second thought. Successful people establish boundaries. They say no to the mediocre so they can say yes to the extraordinary. They recognize that saying yes to a trivial social invitation is by definition saying no to their personal growth or their rest. The shift from a casual mindset to a professional one begins with the audit of intent. Every high performer eventually learns to look at their schedule and ask, is what I'm doing right now helping build the future I want? This question acts as a North Star cutting through the fog of daily busy work. It forces you to distinguish between being busy and being productive. You can be busy all day answering emails, shuffling papers, and scrolling through news and still be moving 0 inches toward your goals. Mastering time management isn't about packing more tasks into your day. It's about ensuring that the tasks you do perform are the ones that actually move the needle of your life. Lesson 2. Design your day before it begins. Starting your day without a plan is like setting sail on the ocean without a map or a compass. You are at the mercy of the wind and the waves. For most young people, the morning begins with a reactive posture. The alarm goes off, they grab their phone, and within seconds, their brain is hijacked by the agendas of others. Whether it's a stressful news headline, a social media post that triggers comparison, or a flurry of messages, they are letting the world dictate their emotional state. This is a recipe for a fractured mind. High performers understand that the first hour of the day is the rudder that steers the ship. By designing the day before it begins, ideally the night before, you reclaim your agency and enter the world as a proactive force rather than a reactive victim. The beauty of a daily design lies in its simplicity. You don't need a complex system or $100 planner. You simply need a list of the vital few. Jim Rohn and other greats often spoke of the rule of 3. If you can identify the 3 most important tasks that will have the greatest impact on your future and commit to finishing them before the sun sets, you will outpace 99% of your peers. When you have clear priorities, your brain enters a state of selective focus. It begins to filter out the noise and look for opportunities to complete the mission. Without this clarity, your energy is scattered in 1,000 different directions, like a light bulb that illuminates a room but lacks the power to cut through anything. With a plan, that energy becomes a laser beam capable of burning through the toughest obstacles. Moreover, there is a psychological victory in following a plan. Each time you check off a task you intended to do, you are making a deposit into your self-trust bank account. You are proving to yourself that your word is law. Over weeks and months, this builds an unshakable confidence. You no longer hope to have a good day. You manufacture one. This discipline also allows for true relaxation. When you haven't planned your day, your downtime is often plagued by productivity guilt, that nagging feeling that you should be doing something else. But when your day is designed and your work is done, you can rest with a clear conscience knowing that you moved the ball forward. You aren't just passing through the day, you are orchestrating it. Lesson 3. Learn the power of small daily discipline. Society loves the narrative of the overnight success or the big break. We see the athlete holding the trophy or the entrepreneur selling their company for millions, and we assume it was a single heroic effort that got them there. But the reality is far more mundane and paradoxically far more empowering. Success is nothing more than the inevitable result of small, seemingly insignificant disciplines practiced consistently over a long period of time. Jim Rohn famously noted that disaster is not a single cataclysmic event. It is simply the accumulation of small errors in judgment, repeated every day. Conversely, success is the accumulation of small positive habits. The power of compounding is the eighth wonder of the world, and it applies to your character just as much as it does to your bank account. Consider the act of reading 10 pages of a good book every day. On any given Tuesday, it doesn't seem like much. Your friends might be playing video games or watching Netflix, and you don't look any smarter than them after those 10 pages. But by the end of a year, you have read 3,650 pages, roughly 15 to 18 books on philosophy, finance, or skill building. While your peers are still operating on the same mental software they had a year ago, you have upgraded your mind with the wisdom of the world's greatest thinkers. The gap between you and the average person has become a chasm. This is the slight edge. The things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. It's easy to skip a workout, easy to eat the junk food, and easy to waste an hour. But the compound effect is always working, whether for you or against you. The secret to mastering this lesson is to fall in love with the process rather than the result. If you only work when you feel inspired, you will be inconsistent because inspiration is a fickle emotion. Discipline, however, is a reliable tool. It is the ability to do what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it in has left you. Young people who grasp this early gain a massive advantage because they stop looking for shortcuts. They understand that there is no secret other than showing up and putting in the reps. Whether it's practicing a musical instrument, coding, or learning a language, the magic happens in the boring, daily consistency. You are building a skyscraper one brick at a time. If you focus on the brick, the building will eventually take care of itself. Lesson 4. Protect your focus. In the modern era, focus has become a superpower. We are living through an unprecedented war for attention. Some of the smartest engineers in the world are working around the clock to design algorithms specifically intended to keep you scrolling, clicking, and reacting. They want your focus because your focus is profit. For the average young person, this means their attention is constantly fragmented. They are trying to study while their phone is buzzing, or trying to work while 5 different browser tabs are open. This leads to attention residue, a state where your brain is still processing the last thing you looked at while you're trying to do something new. As a result, they never reach a state of deep work, and their output remains shallow and mediocre. High performers protect their focus with a ferocity that borders on the obsessive. They understand that a focused hour is not equal to a distracted hour. In fact, 1 hour of intense, uninterrupted concentration can often produce more value than 8 hours of distracted, multitasking work. Focus is the multiplier of time. If you have 2 hours to work and your focus is at 10%, you effectively have 12 minutes of productivity. If your focus is at 100%, you have 2 full hours of progress. To master this, you must create a sacred space for your work. This means turning off notifications, putting the phone in another room, and declaring to yourself and the world that for this block of time you are unavailable. You are diving deep into the pool of your potential. Furthermore, protecting your focus is about more than just avoiding your phone. It's about protecting your mental environment. Who are you listening to? What content are you consuming? If your mind is constantly filled with junk food, drama, gossip, and triviality, your ability to think deeply will atrophy. Focus is a muscle that must be trained. Every time you resist the urge to check your phone and instead stay with a difficult task, you are performing a bicep curl for your brain. Over time, you develop the stamina to sit with complex problems and see them through to completion. In a world of short attention spans and TikTok brains, the person who can focus on one thing for 3 hours is a king among peasants. Lesson 5. Start earlier than everyone else. There is a pervasive lie in our culture that says, you have plenty of time. You're young, enjoy yourself, you can get serious later. While the sentiment of enjoying youth is valid, the idea that you should wait to build your foundation is a trap. The greatest advantage you will ever have is the time horizon. When you start mastering your life in your teens or early 20s, you are essentially getting a head start in a race where most people don't even lace up their shoes until they are 30. Starting early isn't about rushing through life, it's about giving your efforts more time to compound. If you start a business or learn a high-level skill at 18, by the time you are 25, you have 7 years of failure and feedback under your belt. You have already made the rookie mistakes that everyone else is about to make. Most people wait for a feeling of readiness that never actually arrives. They think they need another degree, another certification, or more experience before they can begin chasing their dreams. But experience is the result of beginning, not a prerequisite for it. Successful people have a bias toward action. They would rather start imperfectly today than start perfectly someday. By starting early, you also lower the stakes of failure. When you are young, you generally have fewer responsibilities, no mortgage, no dependents, and a higher tolerance for risk. This is the perfect time to experiment, to fail, and to pivot. Each failure you experience at 20 is a cheap lesson that would cost you much more at 40. You are buying wisdom at a discount. Finally, starting early allows you to build a reputation capital that will serve you for the rest of your life. When people see a young person who is disciplined, focused, and purposeful, they are drawn to them. Opportunities begin to find you because you have distinguished yourself from the crowd of people who are simply drifting. By the time your peers are waking up and realizing they need to get their lives together, you are already miles down the road. You have the discipline, the network, and the skills to handle whatever challenges come your way. Time is either your master or your ally. When you start early and respect the clock, time becomes the wind at your back, pushing you toward a future that most people only dream of. Mastering time management at a young age is not about filling every minute with work. It's about living with intention. Every day you are quietly building your future, whether you realize it or not. The books you read, the skills you practice, the habits you develop, the way you choose to spend your hours, all of these decisions are shaping the person you will become. Jim Rohn believed that success is not something you chase, it is something you attract by becoming the right person. And one of the first steps in becoming that person is learning to respect your time, because time is the foundation of every dream you will ever achieve. If you begin mastering it now, while you are still young, you give yourself something incredibly powerful, a head start. Years from now, when others wonder how you achieved so much, the answer will be simple: you started earlier, you stayed disciplined, and you treated your time like the priceless gift it truly is. So starting today, ask yourself one final question: what will I do with the next 24 hours of my life?